number 07836 353 985. We're doing a power flush today in Tudor, which is fairly near our hometown of Bramall in Stockport in Cheshire. The system's a combination boiler, a contract customer, not a British Gas contract customer, it's another contract, I can't quite remember who she said now. But the system is fairly dirty, it really does need a power flush. He's been having problems, hot water problems with the, we think the diverter valve has actually possibly been sticking. So we're here to power flush the whole system out and get it all nice and clean. Okay, we'll just show you the colour of the water. Fairly black and rusty, we'll just put a bit of chemical in while we're on. Really good chemical, Camco FX2. Breaks all the rust and corrosion deposits down in the central heating system. Okay, we're just going to mention as well, the customer's got a MagnaClean filter on, and in all honesty I don't actually think this has ever been cleaned, because it was very, very hard to come off. You know, like sticking, like it's just been on there from day one. All the fins are a little bit green and corroded. And really that should be cleaned when the boiler gets serviced. You know, for its annual service it should really be done once a year, but in our opinion we don't think that's been done. Okay, so we've got the best equipment on the job here. This is what we specialise in, power flushing central heating systems. We're fully gas safe registered, which is very important. It means we can get right into your central heating system, give it the best possible flush, take components off which you know, other companies, if they're not gas safe registered, are not really legally allowed to do. Okay, we've got a magnet hooked up there to catch all the metal and rust and corrosion that's coming out of the system. We'll show you that later. And a really good Camco CF90 Quantum 2 powerful pump. Okay, we'll tell you about the areas we cover, our prices, and then we'll go into a little bit more detail later on about what power flushing is and what it can do for your central heating system, the benefits of power flushing. Okay, so like I said, my name's Barry Ayres. We specialise in power flushing central heating systems. The job is power flush to BS 7593 standard, fully certificated. You will not receive a better power flush anywhere in the UK. We actually believe we're one of the best power flush companies in the country. We've just done too many power flushes to not know what we're doing. Okay, as we said before, we only use the best equipment and chemicals for the job. We're here to get results for our customers, and our prices, they're up to 50% cheaper than the major utility companies such as British Gas, Eon, HomeServe, etc. And the job takes most of the day to complete. The areas we cover the whole of the northwest UK area. We also go into Stafford, some parts of Wales, North Wales sometimes. So we cover a 60 to 70 mile radius of our hometown. That's basically Cheshire, Lancashire, parts of Yorkshire, parts of Stafford, parts of Nottinghamshire for our power flushing service. Okay, we're going to get on with it. We've got a lot to do, and we'll just get back to you later. Thanks. Okay, we'll just go and show you where we're hooked into the system upstairs. Okay, we're hooked into the flow and return pipes there. We've disconnected the connections on the boiler. We'll put all new fibre washers on, etc., so we don't get any leaks. Later on we're going to flush the boiler separately through the flow and return pipes there. We actually wanted to flush it through the pump housing, but we can't on this because we'll just show you, because this bracket here, metal bracket, is in the way, so we can't actually take the pump head off and flush the boiler like that. But it doesn't matter, we can get into the flow and return and flush the boiler separately. That's the way we'll do it on this one today. Heatline boiler, not my favourite boiler to be honest, but anyway, it should be a lot better after it's cleaned and power flushed. Okay, we'll also mention while we're up here, we do actually fit boilers. We always power flush the central heating systems. We tend to like to fit the Baxi Duotech combination boilers, come with a 7-year parts and labour warranty. I am actually a Baxi Works installer, so if you need any boilers fitted, you know, in the northwest UK area, and you want you want it power flushed as well, which we always power flush the systems, puts about another day onto the job. But do not get a new boiler fitted without getting it power flushed. It's just too risky. You know, the reasons being, quite simply, if your boiler breaks down within the first year or two, the manufacturer sends their engineers out and they find rust and corrosion in the central heating system. It could actually invalidate your warranty. You could actually have to fork out for some fairly new expensive parts, or even possibly a new boiler if it blocks the heat exchanger up, because you know they're just going to really turn around and say, well, it's not being power flushed properly, not clean to BS 7593 standard. So if you're having a new boiler fitted and you're getting a competitive quote off your installer, make sure he's power flushing the central heating system, and we mean as in the way we're doing it now. You know, if he says he's flushing it through, he might just be flushing it through with a bit of mains water. In all honesty, it does no good, and it can cause more problems. It'll just be introducing you know, oxygen into the central heating system. After this power flush is done, we will be adding a Sentinel X100 inhibitor into the system. Okay, we may actually leave it with a customer, because the contract people will come in talking about coming back and changing the actual diverter valve. So we may just leave it with a customer, and if you know, if things work okay later on, I'll just come back for the customer and add it at a later stage if they're not going to actually replace the part. So yeah, the importance of power flushing, it's the best thing you can do to your central heating system, bar nothing. You wouldn't run your car for years and years with the same old oil, engine oil in it, and it's just the same with your central heating system, probably more critical. And you wouldn't fit a new boiler and put the old engine oil back. You wouldn't fit a new engine in your car and put the old engine oil back, if you get where I'm coming from. You know, power flushing is the best thing you can do to your central heating system, even if it's an old system. You know, this is a fairly old system today. It revives your central heating system. You're going to have hotter radiators, quicker heat up times, lower gas and energy bills. Seriously, it's just the best thing you can do to your central heating system, as long as it's getting done professionally, as in this way. We don't just mean pulling a radiator off, doing it the cheap, nasty way. You know, this is the only way to do it properly. Get into the big pipes, so a lot of messing about, but it's the only way to do it properly. Okay? Right, the job's going alright. We'll just get back to you later. Thanks. Okay, Barry, Pro-powerflushing. We've just put the magnet on bypass, and we're going to show you this. It's quite unbelievable, the amount of rust and corrosion that's in this system. Now, these are fairly old radiators, and we think most of this has come out the radiator circuit, to be honest. Rust, corrosion and metal, it's actually been stuck in there for years. Quite a bit of it's been floating around the boiler and the pipe work, obviously. But this is what power flushing is all about. There's some fairly big pieces on there as well. And that's what power flushing is all about. It's about getting all this rust, metal and corrosion out of the central heating system. This is what destroys pumps, blocks plate heat exchange up, wrecks diverter valves, etc. and just generally causes mayhem in your central heating system. And that's why professional power flushing, as in what we do, is the best thing you can do to your central heating system. Okay? Power flushing is going alright, so we're just going to get on with it. We've cleaned that magnet clean now, that'll be going on nice and clean now. So we'll just get back to you later. Alright, there he is. The water's getting nice and clear now, we're rinsing it out. And this is, apart from taking the pH and TDS levels, this is a device for seeing, measuring how clean the water is. We'll just show you this. And this is the actual water now that's coming out of the central heating system. Basically, as long as you can see there's two rings in there, and that basically means the system's nice and clean, and as well as taking the pH and TDS levels. Okay? So just going okay, the water's getting nice and clearing out. We're going to take the pH and TDS levels, and then we're going to flush the boiler separately. Okay? Okay, barriers. We're just going to add the Sentinel now to the water. Water's nice and clear. We're taking the pH and TDS. Okay, we're going to let that circulate around for 10 minutes. And put it all back together and see what's happening. Okay, Sentinel X100, really good inhibitor, just prevents further rust and corrosion and scale build up, etc. Okay? Hi barriers, okay, that's the power flush done now. Everything's heating up nicely. We actually tried hot water before we actually turned the radiator circuit on and the diverter valve. It wasn't letting by. The engineer said it was letting by. It might have been letting by before we come, but it's certainly not letting by now. This is just in hot water mode now, and we've got some really lovely hot water, very, very hot water. So we've also tried it in heating mode. It switches over, no problem, nothing's letting by. So the job's a complete success. Okay, so if you need any power flushing done, this is in Tudor Unit today. We cover the whole of the Northwest UK area. just give me a call on our telephone number, which is 07836 353 985 if you want a full professional part flush done to BS 7593 standard, all okay with your service provider, whether it be British Gas, Home Serve, Eon, etc. All fully certificated. Just get me on that number, or give me, or you can contact me through my website. And obviously if you need any boilers fitted as well, just give me a call. Okay, thanks.